but I feel like the money may have made him crazy.
Nah, man.
Imagine being so comfortable that you don't know what to do anymore. Welcome to Rabbit Hole Roundtable Talks, the show we deep dive stuff and we just have fun. Today I'm joined by Mino as always. We're just gonna run it off for you guys. How you doing, Mino?
Yes, sir. I good, man. I mean, I had some pizza. It was
Mm,
but besides that, as you guys can see in the background,
yeah,
that's the mood I'm in right now. So, but that's not what this podcast is gonna be about today. I don't think.
no, no,
So,
I don't
but
think so.
strap in, strap on. Do all
My
that.
boy, like I might go on a tangent and just rip, but no, I know we missed last Friday and we apologize. Sometimes life be lifing, man. We can't have a streak. Sometimes stuff just happens. We
Hmm.
did really good though.
Yeah, yeah.
We did about close to 30 weeks straight.
You know it is, dude. We only human. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
like, our audience have to like give us grace.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Give us grace, man. Like, we
Just
only human.
enjoy what we have. Now what we
Yeah,
don't
we're
have.
doing this for free. We're doing this for the free.
Oh boy,
We're doing this for the free.
your fist slowly raising from the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But we could start off crazy. So, a lot of people woke up today. They got bombarded with a bunch of new laws. If you live in Florida, you probably heard about it today. I know in the past we've had like a almost anti-Florida rhetoric from my co-host,
Eh,
but
wait. No, no, no. Listen, okay. I'm not, it's not anti-Florida rhetoric.
yeah, 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 yeah,
It's just calling a spade, okay?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And this spade is a shitty, rusty, you wouldn't even want to beat a dead man with its kind of spade.
Yeah,
So, I'm just saying.
but yeah, there was over 200, I guess laws. When did it affect?
200?
Over 200. So
Nah,
yeah,
this
so
is shady.
I was sending the link after the show, but we'll go through the most like the groundbreaking ones that came up.
Okay.
So the first one is immigration. SB 1718 cracks down on the business that hire undocumented immigrants and provides 12 million for Governor Ron DeSantos' migrant relocation program. Hospitals that accept Medicaid must also ask patients about their immigration status on intake forms, which critics say could deter migrants from seeking care. Companion Bill 1617.
Wait, pause.
Go ahead.
So they want them to ask questions about immigration status to
Mm-hmm.
everybody that comes into the hospital.
Everybody? I think it said, yeah, everybody.
Oh, that's something. So what happens if like, because I know in America, right, for some reason,
Mm-hmm.
they only think immigrants coming from Mexico.
Yeah,
And the truth of the matter is, as far as I know, there's a lot of people who come from like, I don't know about Russia anymore because, but
yeah,
at least back when I was working at Subway,
yeah.
a lot of Russian, a lot of like Ukrainian, Kazakhstan, those places.
And
They
that's
would
like
come here.
Florida. That's like the U.S. as a whole.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They would come in on a like school visa,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the visa would expire, but they would stay.
Happened to me.
Yeah. So basically, they're illegal immigrants,
Mm-hmm.
but they benefited from all this stuff. But I never hear a Republican talk about them ever in my life.
Yeah, it's always like
And then
Mexicans.
yeah, they're always harping on these Mexicans. And then also like, there's people from other countries too. It's not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Russia and
Mm-hmm.
Mexico.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but the thing is just like they don't ever talk about the people who get into our borders via the airplane.
Yeah. Also, a lot of Cubans that come here too. Haitians.
Yep.
There's also something that I guess goes along with this, where if you have less than 24 employees or something like that, you have to ask everybody like the same thing about their status.
Okay, so how much times a year do you do it? Is it like a drug test
Yeah,
kind of vibe where
it's
like every year
yeah,
you double check, like you're
yeah,
still
yeah.
American, right?
Hey, yo, yo, yo. You were speaking Spanish yesterday? Come, come. It's a random check, a random check.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a random check. Wild.
The next one is insurer accountability. SB 7052 puts more restrictions on property insurance companies to hold them more accountable for mishandling claims. Insurance
Mm.
providers will face more oversight and regulations as well as larger fines for any wrongdoing. That's positive.
Mm.
That's
Okay.
overall positive. I would clap, but the next one is crazy. Um, Parental rights in education, aka Don't Say Gay expansion. Legislation HB 1069 expands the so-called Don't Say Gay law to ban classroom instruction on sexual orientation and gender identity in all
Oh no.
grades.
Froze. We froze, guys.
Who froze?
Or maybe it's just me.
Who froze?
Oh no, 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 no. It's just me.
It's just you. Close your tabs. We talked about this.
Damn.
At least we could hear you.
Well, we're back, guys. So
This
they
is why
they
we need people. This is a great segue. Like, comment, subscribe, join the Patreon, get us better gear so there's no more technical difficulties.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This
If
is
you
on
guys,
you. This is on you.
it's your fault. Honestly, honestly, this is abusive. Y'all abusing us.
That's
Actually think y'all abusing us.
that's
Why I feel like you slapped like wait, you gaslighting me. Y'all gaslighting the hell out of us.
that's funny. But yeah, what do you think about that one?
Dude, I think one issue I have with like Republicans especially
Mm,
is that they feel that more ignorance is the way to
fix things.
improve things.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's like we can't talk about this, we can't talk about that, we can't talk about this, we can't talk about that. Any little thing like that they feel is like a social issue or like counters anything that they feel is a social issue,
Yeah.
they want to like basically stifle it. But then
Yep.
they talk about freedom of speech. It's so weird because
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
always talk about freedom of speech, but you can't say gay.
yeah.
So
It
isn't that
only
like a
matters
government
when it's
overreach?
like their freedom of like their speech being held back.
Right, exactly. Isn't that and based on their logic, that would be called government overreach
Yep.
because that's the government stepping in and telling you what you can and can't say. To be fair, though,
Yeah.
um, most schools, I would say, if it's a public school, maybe this is okay
Yeah,
because that's a
maybe.
government
Government.
entity,
Yeah, yeah.
and they could police their own speech.
Mm-hmm.
But if they want to extend it as a law, as in citizens, like private schools and charter schools and other schools can't say it,
Yeah.
that's definitely an overreach.
Yeah, definitely. I don't even get I understand that things may get I won't say crazy, but I guess like difficult to explain the complexities of this whole topic in general. But it's bordering on like separating church and state kind of vibes, you know? Because obviously it comes from a background of that, of like traditional values, traditional views, trying to
Yup.
like stifle what we're becoming, which has its nuances, has its downfalls as well. But I'm
Yeah,
not sure how I feel exactly, but I feel like it's going too far. It's almost like the banning of books or not talking about slavery. It's just along the same lines of that, you know?
definitely. Yeah. The thing is too, like, um, you know, what's the philosophical slash scientific backing for the logic for banning these words?
Yeah.
Like, what
Conversations.
they didn't, first of all, like, they never had any discourse, as far as I understand, that explains why they're doing this.
Yeah.
Like, what harm do they perceive? And if
Yeah.
they're perceiving a harm, what evidence do they have to back that harm?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's backed in anything. It just seems like we don't like this, so we find it a little
Yeah.
icky.
Yeah.
And then they're the same ones who I was talking about facts over feelings, but everything they do seems to be based on
Yeah. A
feelings.
heap of feel. I don't feel. comfortable talking about this.
Yeah, bruh. Fucking Republicans are so hypocritical. I honestly hate them. I don't even care if you are a Republican, you're watching our podcast, just log off.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
trash. Go home. Go to sleep.
The next one is permitless carry, which has been the one that's been on talk for a while. Under HB 543, Floridians who can legally own a gun will no longer need training or permit to be able to carry concealed firearms. It's just one of the craziest things I've heard in my life.
Wow.
This is literally making it the wild, wild west out here.
Wow. So anybody could own a gun? Because I feel like this only going to apply to the non-blacks.
What does legally own mean? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
what does it mean? I guess have a what do you call it? Certification?
You
Certified
don't need that. You don't need
permit?
training or a permit.
So then what does it mean?
This is why we're here. This is why we're here doing this. We need answers.
Yeah,
All we
that
have
don't
is
make no sense.
questions.
That don't make no
Anybody who can
sense.
legally own a gun will no longer need training or a permit to be able to carry a concealed firearm. Not in a permit, okay, but not being trained at all. Just rocking the
Yeah.
Walmart. Give me that Glock 47 921. What are you talking about? That one, the shiny one. Okay, here you go. And then that's it. I have a gun
And
now.
then they just like, what's this hole for?
How do you clean this thing? Clean it with the bullet still inside? Damn, bro.
Bruh. I just imagine if somebody just pounding on a bullet with a hammer to see what can happen. Stupid.
I am
But
assuming legally owns probably means like 21 and over. I would assume that's what it means. That's what
oh, I thought it meant
legal.
like I thought it meant like you have to buy it from a store rather than like off the streets.
Yeah, but anybody can buy from a store. So I guess legally is like cigarettes and like alcohol. So like you have to be over 21 or over
Yeah,
18. So that's
over
what I'm saying.
18.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But my thing is too, another thing is with the gun thing is with no training. So remember I was telling you like I like Switzerland
Yeah.
because their gun culture is very like pro like gun safety, a lot of
Yep, yep,
training.
yep.
They treat guns like a tool rather than a toy kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if America would only just adopt this, I would be for literally everybody owning a gun,
Mm-hmm.
even kids.
Yeah.
Asterisk.
Yeah.
Um, but the way how, especially like Florida, if Florida is implementing what Republicans actually believe should be how guns are handled,
Yeah.
nah, we ain't ready. This all I can imagine is more school shootings
Yeah.
and more random people shooting each other
Or
off of
mass
like stupid
shootings,
stuff.
period.
Yeah,
Because like I feel you see tonight's gonna be political in the beginning at least, but like I feel like in order to have a weapon that can destroy life and end life, you need at least an evaluation of your mental capacity to like think about how you're gonna use it, what's it for, are you okay? But then that would require everybody to be like monitored or listened to or go to therapy or something like that. To be like, are you of the sound mind to actually own this vehicle of death in your hand?
yeah.
That require a lot of money because you gotta test basically everybody that wants a gun gotta do it now.
But you'll make a lot of money as well
Mm.
because
Mm.
you just make them pay for the testing, the
Mm-hmm.
same way how they pay for the permit, the license, or whatever the case is.
And that could go into more training for gun safety. It's like it'll make a
Yeah,
nice cycle. You see, like
yeah.
why can two random dudes on a podcast think about this stuff and like people that not people that's being put into power can't like brainstorm these ideas and be like, give everybody a gun? You think that's okay? Let's get through out the window like the damn meme.
Nah, yeah. They're like, how much money the NRA gave us this week?
I gonna make this meme myself. The guy that be like, should we give everybody a gun without doing any mental safety? Out the window. Like you don't matter. We don't care about it. We just want to just make people like us.
Yeah. Bruh. That's crazy.
All right, moving on. Kind of similar to the previous one. The next two are just wild. Pronouns. HB 1069, which is similar to the other one. Prohibits school staffers from asking students about their preferred pronouns or discussing their own if it does not correspond to such person's sex. The law says that a person's sex is an immutable biological trait that is that it is false to ascribe to a person a pronoun that does not correspond to such person's sex.
What does that have to do with the government? Why the government putting their finger in this again? That had nothing to do with them.
Hmm?
You get to individual people. If individual people are like, I don't want to, like, I don't care about your damn pronouns, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Hmm.
Your individual right to do. The government should not be telling people that they can't do that. I don't know.
The next one's related because it says HB 1521 makes it a crime for a person to use a bathroom intended for the sex opposite of what they're assigned at birth.
Why don't they just make more unisex bathrooms and stop all this bullshit?
We're just two guys on the podcast. What are you trying to be? It's not a platform for you.
Also, when so this is my issue, right?
Yo,
There are nude beaches.
yeah,
Uh, there's been a lot of times where people share bathrooms, share showers, share
yeah,
these spaces.
yeah.
Nothing bad happens. What are they trying to prevent?
Mm,
The subtext seems to be that they're trying to prevent rape. Well, actually, Republicans don't care about rape because obviously, for some reason or other, it's the victim's fault. I'll see you
yeah.
frozen. Oh, I had you frozen.
No,
Oh,
no, no,
thank God.
I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling.
Oh my God, you're so still.
We don't do that here. We don't do that here.
It was almost like a chameleon. You almost blended. No, that's racist. Never mind. So
I'm literally glowing this evening.
you actually are. You actually are.
Are you coming for me?
No, that was a mistake. Misspoke. I misspoke. I misspoke. That's the white side of me speaking. All right. So,
Yeah.
so, so, so anyway,
Yo.
uh, yeah, like I don't think Republicans care about rape because they always find a way to blame the victim.
Yeah.
So, what exactly is the reason for them trying to prevent like people who identify as a sex? First of all, if I'm a man, I identify as a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gay,
Mm-hmm.
and I go into the men's bathroom, and supposedly you want to prevent rape, what's to stop me from
Oh
raping
yeah,
somebody?
yeah, yeah,
So then,
yeah,
what's the difference? Like,
yeah,
it don't make sense.
yeah. I don't know, man. There's like, and that's the only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that we went through. There's 100 and something more. But I'm not gonna go through because I didn't open them. But
You said
there,
200.
but the article only focused on those like main six as like
Okay.
very like groundbreaking, ground shaking. I'm not gonna go through the rest of them.
So you know, whatever they gave you is only the tip of the iceberg. There's worse stuff in there that they just didn't cover. Because I tend to believe the media
Yeah,
definitely tries to keep us ignorant.
it's ignorance and like they claim that they don't want to induce fear,
Yes,
but at the
yes,
same time they sometimes still do.
yeah. It's like that person who like, I don't want to tell you what's gonna happen because I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
scare you.
yeah,
But it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
why even
This
say that
is
then?
scaring me now.
Yeah. No, I just expect him to die pretty much.
Yeah, and there's also like abortion laws that I think it was in the video I sent you
Hmm.
that it covers like you have 6 weeks to decide what you want to do, and it covers like incest and sexual assault as well. Those are
What
the only
about
like,
what about women who like need an abortion to save their life because
I don't even know about that because sometimes that's finicky too.
and then what about women who like um have a natural abortion like like their body starts to abort.
Mm, yeah, I don't know. I would go into them, but it's a lot. It's really a lot.
That's crazy. I don't feel like they actually think that deeply about these things. And honestly, because of the racism in the Republican Party,
Yeah.
like I'm pretty sure a lot of these rules and stuff are in place because they know it's gonna more adversely affect the black populations
Mm,
and the white populations.
mm-hmm.
So that's why they doing all this stuff. They're like,
All right.
At
Well.
least when it comes, to the health care stuff. I don't know about the like pronoun stuff. I don't know how
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
that affects us versus
Mm-hmm.
other
Yeah.
groups.
All right, well, let's turn the wheels and go to some positive news.
Whew. Positive news. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't have any ready, but I did
You
some
lied
while we
to
were
me. You
talking.
lied to me. I
Hey,
asked
look,
you twice.
look. The podcast already got pushed back,
Yeah.
right? I was
Uh-huh.
trying my best to like,
But I asked you within the last 30 minutes.
hey, I got something though. I got some.
Okay.
I mustered
Okay.
up something.
All right.
So, indigenous land rights movement made progress. Decades of campaigning are bearing fruit as a new report reveals that the last 5 years have seen more than 100 million hectares. Oh, sorry. Is that million or meters? I don't know. It's a M.
A
100
million.
M hectares of territory, which is equivalent to 254 million acres of
Mm.
territory across 39 countries restored to indigenous and Afro-descendant people and local communities. The Rights and Resources Initiative, that's probably not in America. Anyway, the Rights and Resources Initiative, a coalition of indigenous rights organizations, found that as of 2020, these groups own 11.4% of land worldwide. Designation rights, which grant access and use of resources, are recognized over an additional 7.2%. The findings
Mm.
were unveiled in the second edition of the PRI's Who Owns the World's Land report, with progress credited to the UN Sustainable Development Goal Strategy, the Paris Agreement, and Campaigning by Land Rights Now, which that's the name of the organization, Campaigning by
Okay.
Land Rights Now. Besides writing historical rounds, the land back movement is seen as a crucial measure in the climate battle, with research showing how indigenous territories ward off deforestation. Mounting evidence concludes that indigenous peoples, Afro-descendant peoples, and local communities have long maintained that they are the best managers of their lands and resources. So that's the whole article there.
Kind of agree because this indigenous people existed before industrial revolution, which is like build, destroy, destroy, destroy. So I actually agree that they would be the champions of at least having like conservation with like taking what we need, leaving the rest for the world to just be. And that's what it was for a long time until it was like you gotta populate the whole world.
Yeah. Um, I agree as well. I think, yeah, I agree. I don't really have anything else to add. I think like it's a good thing that this is happening. I don't know if it's enough, but I mean, I feel like you can't fully undo the past,
Yeah,
Like it's impossible at this point in history.
yeah.
But I think this is at least a nice step in the right direction in terms of like better outcomes
What
for the
would you
world.
do with your reparations?
Um, I would what I would like to do is change the system. So, before I was like, what I want to do was like use capitalism to my advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been listening to recently,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and actually realized that a lot of my ideas were very like social things,
Mm-hmm.
like giving out interest-free loans,
Yeah,
um, giving out properties, or like basically having somebody run a company that I own,
yeah.
and if they do a good job after X amount of years, just sign the rights over to them, stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
But I think maybe I need to think a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
radically social.
Yeah.
Um, and but I think what I would like to do in my reparations is try to find ways to improve the things that really harm the Black communities, like healthcare issues.
Yeah.
So I would try to create universal healthcare for us by us,
Mm.
where we
Okay.
all chip in our money, kind of
Yeah.
like what Obama maybe had in mind before they like messed up his whole plan.
Yep.
Basically have us chip in our money, and
Yeah.
then that money is used to like be insurance for everybody in the community, kind of vibe. And then I don't know. I have other ideas, but it's kind of hard because um, I haven't really sat down and thought about it that deeply yet.
It's all good. You feel like um people keep saying Obama did nothing for us, which
That's false.
I know, but like at the same time, what did they expect? What did you really expect was gonna happen? The country is not necessarily. This is going to be
Very
a
political.
crazy episode, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
even
This
beyond
is a
political. It's
this
beyond
is a
political right
Patreon
now.
episode at this point.
Nah, screw that. We good. But it's like it's not. The president doesn't run things, and I feel like people notice, but they just ignore that fact. At least
Yeah.
I believe like there's people behind the scenes running the entire thing. And I feel like that's
Mm.
not far fetched to believe, you know. So like, what do you think is gonna come and just change everything and just be like, do this, do this, do this, and everyone be like, that's perfect, that's great. No, because then it'll be too much pro us, and that's not something that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Him just getting there was just great, and like they couldn't ignore the actual numbers. I feel like that's the one good thing about the whole system. Like you can't just ignore the numbers and just be like, you lost, you definitely won, so you're in. But now it's like you can only do so much before it's like what he gets, deleted. And that would have
Yeah.
been,
I think
and the thing about that, sorry, the thing about that is like if that happened, it'd have been mayhem. So like they just had to let
yeah.
him do what he could do and just leave him be.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold up, give me 1 second. I gotta find out the name of this woman. Wife. Stop it. All right. Let's I go find the name of this woman. Um, she's a what's her name? She's a Hispanic woman. She recently became like big in the political sphere. Give me a second. I got her name soon.
Hmm.
Alexandria Ocasio Cortez. You heard of that name before?
No.
So, um, you know, talking about Obama, right? And
Yeah.
about like how he like gets so much pushback and all this stuff.
Yeah.
We have like other leaders like Bernie Sanders. We all know that name.
Yeah.
And uh, what's her name? I just said. Sorry, people. I am bad at names. If you're watching this podcast long enough, you should have caught on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But these people who are like supposedly called radical leftists,
Yeah.
when in reality they're not radical.
Hmm.
They just like pretty much pushing for the similar stuff. Like Obama didn't really push for like anything crazy socialist. He
Yeah.
only pushed for like universal healthcare. And even with pushing that, he was basing it on like other countries.
Hmm.
'Cause I feel at the end of the day, Obama wasn't a socialist. He was a capitalist just like everybody else.
Yeah.
But I think he was also like evidence based in his
Mm.
decision making. And he
Yeah.
saw like around the world, see better outcomes for citizens when they have socialized medicine. We have some cons, of course. Everything has cons. Nothing is perfect,
Yeah.
but overall, it's better.
Hmm.
The reason I bring up what's her name again? The reason I bring up Alexandria
Yeah.
is because like when she was like talking about potentially running for president, everybody was like against it, including left people like
Yeah.
Democrats and
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Hmm.
And is interesting because you know basically it shows just how right leaning the country is overall.
Yeah.
So it's like even with somebody like Obama coming in, we saw how much racism was sent his direction, which
Yep.
was crazy for
Hmm.
president.
Yeah. Exactly.
You saw the standards they held him to.
Hmm.
Like he couldn't take a break,
Yeah.
or
That's
else
why
they'll
he
be
looked
like,
so
look at
old when
him.
he got out. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, look at him, look at him, look what he's doing. He's not even doing work. Like,
Yeah.
okay, he's a human. Can he take a break?
Yeah. Exactly.
And then you had, as soon as he leave, you had Trump, and Trump did worse things, and they didn't comment on any of it.
Hmm.
I don't know. This country is very far from where it needs to be. I feel like I don't know if it ever will get there, honestly.
Yeah.
But what would you do with your money though? Your reparations.
Chill. No, I mean, if I was
My boy
wanted,
said, moving. I'm gonna be on vacation every day.
that's actually yes. But if I always had a goal, and my wife had the same goal as me to like give back to the youth, especially back home. I always wanted to build like a shelter, and this was like from high school. I thought about this, like building a shelter where everybody can go, so the kids aren't on the street when the parents are working. Because you gotta work to survive. If you have kids, just give them a key, they go home, but they don't always go home. So this
Yeah.
will be a place where you could have your kids be dropped off. We have buses go to your school, pick up the kids, bring them here. And there's like I guess it could be either like a big warehouse where it's long, or like have levels where you can do homework. You could play laser tag. You could play basketball. You could do all the things that you would normally do to build whatever you want to be. So I'm thinking about it more like
Mm.
a basketball court. It would probably have like a baseball field, probably have like a track field where you could do all the curriculums that you want to do as as yourself that you can't do at the school, but you have a safe place to do it. So you could build
Yeah,
yourself up while you're not at school and still get like homework done. When your parents get off work at 5, 6, they come pick you up and you go home. And you're not in the streets, you're not selling drugs, you're not under like you're not scared to go home through like a bad neighborhood or whatever. You're gonna be safe until your parents come get you. If they want to leave you there for longer, they can, because we'll be open until like 10, 11, just to just get them ease to like go on a date night or do something, and then build a black family up where your parents actually like still in a loving relationship. They're building that together on the side, and then you just have like babysitters watching you or whatever.
yeah.
They provide services like that as well. So I always want to do something like
So
that.
so it'll be like basically like a daycare for kids of all ages, pretty much.
Yeah, but it's like a
Like
rec
after school
center, but
care.
like you could leave your kids there if you want
Yeah,
on the weekends, on date night, whatever. And we'd have like date night specials where you just bring your kids, go on a date night or whatever. I feel like I don't know about everybody, but I feel like all people need that. 'Cause either
oh yeah,
one parent working all the time or both parents working all the time, and there's no time to actually build like black love beyond like the marriage phase. Like when you have kids and stuff like that, you have to provide for your kids all the time. You can't take breaks. You can't do anything like that.
yeah.
So that's
That's
what
a
I
good
would
idea.
do.
Actually, I feel like if I ever have the opportunity to implement any of my ideas or yours, I would like to start with like our island first.
Of course, that's why I said back home.
Yeah, I think because before I was thinking like, where would I start it? You know, like I didn't have a
Yeah,
clear place in mind, but I think you just gave me a clear place, like clear place to start if I
you have to
ever
start
was
at
able to.
home. You have to like. I just feel like starting
Yeah,
out.
but I would want to change some also some socioeconomic things back home too.
Th-
Like you know the
That's a
indigenous
whole
land.
different episode,
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's a
yeah,
whole, that's like
yeah.
life
That's
work. That's
deep.
a whole generational work right there.
Yeah,
Dude. But you know the indigenous land thing.
yeah,
We gotta apply that to the Caribbean. Like and to
yeah,
kick some of these tourists, these permanent tourists out.
yeah. But
You know what I'm talking about.
even like the college was built on slave graveyards, and like yes, that's the cheapest land that there is. Yeah,
That's
both of them.
uh,
Yeah,
that's why I did not know that.
yeah. So other things that I thought about while you were talking about this was like it would be good to know where we came from, but that in itself is still problematic as well. I think we
Hmm.
talked about doing a 23andMe episode, but then we learned that that's probably not the best thing to do,
Yeah,
to
it's
give your
not.
DNA to somebody else. But like, I would like to still know where it came from, and that a lot of people want to know that too. But
Yeah,
it's crazy that you have to not be able to experience that just to protect yourself when it's something that you actually want.
yeah. And honestly, dude, capitalism is to blame for that as well because
Hmm.
if they weren't busy trying to sell your information,
Hmm.
then you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yep.
But I mean, and it's weird too because it's so greedy. They're making money from you paying them, and then they try to make money off of you again by selling your information. That's so greedy. Like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that there's some reparations coming about for some people. I'm not gonna be like, what about us? I'm just gonna be like, I'm glad we get the ball rolling in some areas, and then hopefully the ball rolls into our court.
Yeah, yeah,
I never want to downplay anybody else for myself.
yeah. I have another good news though.
Let's go. Let's go.
So the UK got tough on image-based sexual abuse.
Okay.
Sharing so-called deepfakes will be criminalized for the
Oh.
first time in England and Wales under tough new changes to the Online Safety Bill.
Mm.
Amendments to legislation, which is designed to clamp down on illegal and harmful social media content, were tabled this week. They will make it illegal to share explicit images or videos which have been digitally altered to look like someone else without their consent,
Mm.
punishable by up to 6 months in jail. That sounds fair,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe a year would be better. The changes will also make image-based sexual abuse, sometimes referred to as revenge porn. Oh, can I
Mm.
say this words on YouTube? Sorry, YouTubes. Don't ban us.
I don't want to say
Press,
what I'm gonna say next, but forget
which by
about
the
you.
yeah,
Forget about
yeah,
YouTube.
yeah. 'Cause
Let us go.
I feel like YouTube is censoring stuff that's like why?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
we're not talking about it in that kind of way. Anyway,
Yeah, we good.
prosecutions easier. Sorry. The changes will also make image-based essay, sometimes referred to as RP. I won't repeat the words again just in case. The prosecution is easier by removing the need to prove that perpetrators intended to cause distress.
Mm.
Ah, okay. So it doesn't matter if you intend to cause distress or not. If you do it,
It's
you're going to
basically the
jail.
same thing, yeah.
Yeah. The move follows months of campaigning by reality TV star, I don't care who it was, a victim of image-based sexual abuse by her ex-boyfriend Stephen Bear, who was jailed this year.
So you call
Ooh,
a guy name but not a woman name? Come on
he
now.
deserved it. He deserves it. He needs to be
You're right.
named and shamed.
That's actually cool. That's actually right. Yeah, yeah,
The reforms to the law that has been passed today are going to go down in history as a turning point for generations to come, she
yeah.
said.
Mm.
Oh,
Interesting.
and she looked like she black. It's in the image. If that's the person who it is, I don't know.
Okay.
That's pretty good. I
Yeah.
feel like America is behind the curve on like handling online stuff. I feel like the people who are like in legislative and maybe even judicial and maybe all the branches,
Yeah.
they're too old. They don't understand the technology. They don't understand
Dude,
like the harms.
I don't I don't want to mess with my boy because he was friends with my other boy, Obama, but like all the jokes just hit.
Who? Biden?
Yeah, we can't have somebody that's falling all the time. Like that's just
Fuck Biden. But anyway,
okay.
go ahead.
We so let's just forget about racism, forget about all the systematic stuff, right? We
Hmm.
are well, not we. Where I live, this is the top dog. We're on top of the world.
Yeah.
Our leader can't be falling down all the time.
Facts.
We look
What's going
weak.
on? Yeah, what's going on? Are you drunk? You
But
popping
drunk on
perks?
life, literally drunk on life. He had too much life. He had too.
I don't want to name our friend who name
Yeah,
start with a K who tripped going uphill.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But golly, I feel like there needs to be a cutoff on a lot of things in politics.
Yeah.
Because back home,
Supreme.
the people that were like in the Senate when I was a kid growing up are still there.
Yup.
One, how you still alive? And two, how you still here?
That
But
money they stealing, definitely
yeah,
keeping them
yeah,
alive.
yeah, yeah. But that's just pageant politics at that point. Popularity contest. Who knows
Yeah.
who and who's been here longer and stuff like that. Like
Yup.
that's a different back home is a different story. But here's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
you're like 60, 70, 80, still in stop. Just yeah, you've been here for so long, your check is okay. You can be good, you can be fine. But they want that buyout. That like what's it called? I guess buyouts. But like big sugar or big whatever, like trying to buy out whoever.
The
They
corporation.
they want
Yep.
that kind of money still. But it's like your check gonna be okay, and you already have enough money for one lifetime. You already lived a lifetime. What's the money for at this point?
Yeah. Also, don't they continue collecting checks even after they stop
That's why
being
I said once you retire, you'll get your check. You'll be fine.
getting paid?
That's the thing about
It's
greed
so
and money is like once you have it, it's like you're so scared of losing it, not knowing that you're gonna be good. If your net
that's
worth is a
capitalism.
million dollars,
Yeah.
there's so many people on this planet that's never gonna make $1 million in their entire
Yeah.
lifetime.
I never told you this
Or they
story.
will, sorry, or they will,
But
but it'll be spent on like bills and life and stuff.
yeah.
But go ahead.
Let me tell you this story, right? One time in Pittsburgh, I was on a bus.
Mm-hmm.
This drunk old white dude was on the bus
Mm-hmm.
complaining about he don't know what to do with something. He was talking about something before, but then the conversation transitioned into he has so much money he don't know what to do with it.
Damn.
He said, I have so much money, I don't know what to do with it. I inherited all this money and land from my family. I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And so I just like living life. I just having fun. That's why I
Yeah.
drunk right now.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what he was saying.
Damn. Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
thanks, dude. Thank you for like riding on a bus with us poors
My
and bragging
main
about being rich.
at the same time, that's good. That's responsible. He's not driving.
True.
But I feel like the money
True.
may have made him crazy.
Nah, man.
Imagine
It's
being so comfortable that you don't know what to do anymore. Like
he
there's
said that
no.
he
Go
said
ahead.
that he basically like gives away some of his money to charities
Mm-hmm.
for the tax write-offs.
Okay.
But besides that, he have like somebody just managing his money
Yeah.
to like just give it to different things for tax write-offs.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he have so much that it's still he don't know what to do with all of it.
I kind of feel bad for him
I don't what? Go
because
ahead. I want to hear this.
you know how I think. I don't think like regular. Like, but it's like
Yeah.
you have so much money that you're so comfortable that you're not actually living life. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
because life is making money to buy things that you need and just keep doing that. But like, if you're so comfortable, like you literally have nothing to actually do. And I imagine with all the money that he have, like he's done everything he needs to do. His bucket list is already ticked off. There's literally nothing else to do beyond like being rendered that dish and bring it back to life. Like that's the only like thing that you can do left. Like I
yeah.
don't feel bad for him being rich, but I feel bad as like there's no purpose for him anymore. That's basically
It's
it.
you don't have access to the human experience anymore, pretty much.
Exactly. That's
But the
it.
thing is, I feel like if you don't have access to the human experience, why wouldn't you want to like? And I think part of it is that I blame capitalism for this
Mhm.
because capitalism is a very like selfish promoting I like thing.
Yep. Yep.
It
Yep.
makes people all about me, me, me. I need to make more
Mhm.
money. I need to
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
I need to,
Yeah.
you know. So I feel like because of that, he would never think this, which is like maybe I could use my money instead of just giving it away for tax write-offs. Maybe I could actually try to improve something with no tax write-off. Like maybe I could just actually
But
participate in doing stuff.
I guess but he has to manage the money. So obviously the person that's doing the management is like they still want to keep him making money as well. So I guess he's lost control in that aspect as well. So like it's not just him just randomly spending money, which is
True.
which
But I
is
mean, if he
in
have
a
an if
sense,
let's say he have an allowance of $1 million, right?
yeah, that's crazy. But okay,
But that's probably why it is.
yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
honest. Let's say he have an allowance of $1 million. That's still a lot of money he could do something with.
Of course,
So yeah,
yeah,
that person who managing the money probably definitely keeping him like probably in the billions.
of course,
But if he have all that land, all that stuff, like he could just do what he want to do with his like little pocket change.
hmm
So I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah, and we
But I
don't know
think
if
you're
it's
right
like,
though.
go ahead,
I think you're right though. I do think that he probably have experienced everything and now it's just like there's nothing to do. Just like he
yeah,
already old too. He was like kind of like oldish. Like I would say he was like 50, 60.
mm,
He wasn't like young. So I
yeah.
sure like some of the younger things don't really interest him anymore.
And he probably don't have the
So
ideas that you have either with that older mindset. He probably have like a conserve money kind of mindset, but he's still giving away. But it's like, where are you giving it away to, or like what's being done with the money and stuff like that. But like probably like old fashioned in his thinking as well. So he's not gonna think progressively as like, let me help this community out or help these people out. He's just thinking like, give to charity. Probably tell the person that manages the money to just give it to different charities and just you take control of it.
yeah, yeah. He probably was thinking the N word in his head the whole time he talking to me too.
Calm down. uh,
All
that's
right.
it.
One more, one more.
Okay. This
It's my last one.
okay.
Oh wow, I wish this was America. All right. Well,
Yeah.
China smashed its renewable targets, analysis found. China is on course to smash its green energy goal 5 years ahead of schedule
Wow.
after an unprecedented boom in renewables, according to analysis by NGO Global Energy Monitor, GEM.
Mm.
The nation is set to double capacity and generate 1,200 gigawatts from wind and solar by 2025, well ahead of the 2030 pledge made by President Xi Jinping 3 years ago.
Great.
GM also reports that China's installed solar capacity has already hit 228 gigawatts, equivalent to over 100 coal fired power plants and more than the rest of the planet combined.
Damn.
Yeah, while wind capacity has doubled to 310 gigawatts since 2017. This new data provides unrivaled granularity about China's jaw-dropping surge in solar and wind capacity, says GEM project manager Dorothy May. The news follows numbers crunching by Carbon Brief earlier this month, which suggests China's explosive growth in renewables could see it hit peak emissions next year.
Good job, man.
So let me say something about China, right?
Yo.
China has a mostly homogeneous population,
Mm-hmm.
which for maybe that's a good thing in some to some degree because they don't have to worry about racism in the way that
Yeah.
America seems to be always worrying about it.
Mm-hmm.
So when they do things, they're doing it to better their country. They're not
Yeah.
worrying about looking good for the rest of the world
Yeah. Yeah.
or making sure certain people don't get anything. Also, China is, if I remember correctly, mostly socialist.
Mm.
So it's interesting that China, one, first of all, have America in it is a like America is under their in their pockets. Like America owe them all kind of money.
Mm-hmm.
Then they also like they used to be third world and now they're like just booming. I heard that China like lies about like how it's doing. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like China kind of winning. Not to
Yeah.
be anti-American. Hey,
Yeah.
CIA, don't come after me. But I think China kind of winning right now.
Yeah.
But they are enemies of America for the most part.
See. Oh no, my son waking up.
Uh-oh. All right, guys. Well, this was another episode of Rabbit Hole Roundtable
Nah,
Talks.
we
Just
good. We
kidding.
good. We good. I'll pull him out or something. So Nikolai talking here, and he in the room.
Uh, man, I have to just say this, right? Uh, watching the journey of you as a dad is so cute, man. I remember when y'all used to have him on your lap all the time when he was a little baby. Now he getting big. I ain't gonna lie though, that little boy rambunctious. I saw him when I came to the house. Man, soon though, soon I gonna make you an uncle, dude. Well, you probably already an uncle.
I'm not yet.
Oh, okay, soon. Yeah, soon. Wife over here. Never mind. Let me stop. This is a PG-9 podcast. Aw, he crying. Feel that. You know, it's always interesting. I don't understand why babies do that. Wait, I can talk to Diana about it, my
Hold
wife
on.
about it. Like, why do babies? Maybe it's because they don't understand their own bodies, but like, why do they cry when they're sleepy? Just go to sleep.
Yeah.
Anyway,
See, he's sleepy.
yup.
Yeah, we're gonna do one TIFU and then
All
call it
right,
a night.
bro. Sounds good.
TIFU by not being prepared for a BJ in the middle of the night. Have a light on? Have a light on? Hold on.
Yeah. Take your time, man. You know, him mentioning the not being ready in the middle of the night remind me of uh 40-year-old virgin, where like he was trying to like lose his virginity several times. And then one time, the woman was like sucking on his toe, and then he just kicked her in the nose. That was a funny scene.
What movie is that?
40-year-old virgin.
Oh my god. Alright, TIFU by not being prepared for a BJ in the middle of the night. I had the craziest dream of I was being chased by an animal of some sort and was hiding, but also sweating, both in and out of
Oh
the
no.
dream. As I'm waiting to leave my hiding space in my sleep, I was half asleep, and my lady surprised me with the warmth of her lips, tongue, and throat all over my very erect, slippery pee. At this point, I'm definitely half asleep and can feel her choking a bit to get all the way down there. As great as the sensation probably was for my body and lower extremities, I was still in a dream mode, though, and not totally present, which was what was happening in my bed. Still fearing for my life in my dream, I woke up completely startled and immediately flew out of bed, assuming she was trying to hurt me. And I'm pretty sure I scared her to sleep as I'm now sitting in the bathroom typing this after already apologizing to her and she tried to only help. Just an interesting story I wanted to share. No real advice or problems other than being probably not going to get another middle of the night BJ from her ever again.
You know what this remind me of? I read another did I share it with you? I read something about the guy who he was hooking up with his partner
Mm-hmm.
before bed, and then in the middle of the night he woke up and they did it again.
Mm-hmm.
But then his partner said that because they were non-binary,
Yeah.
they said that they weren't fully awake and they didn't know what was happening and they feel like kind of taken advantage of
Uh,
a little bit.
yeah.
So he apologized and he like said he would never do it again and blah blah. But he
Mm-hmm.
was on Reddit asking like, how do I make sure this doesn't happen again and blah blah.
Yeah.
And this story reminds me of that too. Only
Mm.
is a guy instead of
Yeah.
a they, which I assumed that they was an actual woman. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, sex born
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Comment said I tried this with an ex. He got startled and punched me straight in the face. He couldn't understand why I never did it again.
Ooh. You know something?
Yeah.
Uh, I've always told my partner, well, back to that Reddit that I was saying before.
Yeah.
In the comments, somebody said that they didn't even know that this was an issue
Mm-hmm.
because they always had free use,
Yeah.
which was a very crazy term to use. But they were like,
That's the
me and
actual
my
term.
partners, is that actual term?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they were saying that they and their partners have always exercised free use, which means whoever wants whether the other person awake or not, they could just
Whenever,
do what they got to.
wherever. Yep.
Yeah. And but they do understand where he's coming from or where his partner is coming from, where if they never discuss it ahead of time,
Yeah.
then that's why it's a problem. So speaking about this, in this context, if you wake up and your partner doing something to you,
Yeah.
have you and your partner discussed whether or not that's okay or not?
Yeah, I think it's always okay for both of us. If
Mm,
you just feeling
okay.
it, go for it.
Okay. I think that's important to do, like talk to your partner about these kind of things
Of
because
course.
they come up. They don't always come up, but they come up.
Yeah. And you can always use like a anecdote to talk about it again. Like I heard this, so how do you feel about this? You know?
Yeah. The thing for me though, I feel like I am free use. Like if you're in a mood,
Oh
just go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I also feel like knowing me, I just wouldn't participate. Like I wouldn't get hard or nothing. So you just be disappointed.
That's crazy. The one thing about this post and many other posts is like honestly is like isn't it right? Is it true? Is it not true? And like a lot of people try to like make things seem like it's not true.
Mm.
Which I guess is them being skeptical about things and not being naive, but at the same time just enjoy the post, so to say. Like, you don't have to like prove
Yeah.
that it's fake or anything like that.
Yeah. Even if this is creative writing,
Yeah, just
who cares?
join the
It's
discourse.
it's
Talk about
Reddit.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Who cares?
Oh well. I guess that's been our episode. We've been places we haven't been in a long time.
Yeah. If you guys haven't caught our last two episodes where we were in person, make sure to go check them out. Those were banger episodes as far as I
Yep, yep,
know.
yep, yep.
Um, if you guys want to see us be in person more often, we need the funds. We're both two very poor, very, you know, we're physically
Hardworking.
abused. Yeah, we're hardworking. We get physically abused every day from the man,
Mm-hmm.
from the man up, not the man upstairs. The man
You
upstairs
work
looking
in
down.
AC.
Wait, wait, wait. Let me start that over. Scratch that. Rewind. Okay. If you guys want more of that, basically what I'm saying is, give us your money.
Yeah,
Give
yeah,
us
yeah,
the
yeah.
dinero, please. We have Patreon. $3. That's like a slice of pizza.
Yeah,
Less than that.
yeah.
That's like less than a slice of pizza. Um, if you could afford a little bit more, 7. 7? What? That's like a foot long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what? Don't even forget the $3. Just give us the 7.
That's crazy.
We'll travel more often. We'll make more banger episodes,
Yeah.
and everybody happy.
Yep.
But right now, if you're enjoying the free content, this podcast is brought to you by our pockets. So hit like, subscribe,
Yeah.
and comment below on
Yeah.
a topic that we mentioned in the video.
Mm-hmm.
Are you free use, or do you have clear boundaries with your partner?
That's crazy. Okay, that you start there.
Well, yeah, thank you guys for watching, though. We really appreciate you.
We
Even
really
if you
do.
don't like, comment, or subscribe, even if you
Yeah.
just came to watch, we appreciate you.
Yep.
But,
I mean, y'all have a good one. Catch you in the next
all
one.
right, bro.
Peace.
Peace.